Hey YouTube, it is Inspired Soul. I'm driving as usual. I wanted to talk about something that just kind of popped up in my head due to my past altercation. I won't even really say it was an altercation, but it was some drama in my past person that I knew. Okay, so I remember I went on this trip, and this is why you need to watch the signs when it comes to people. And no, nobody got into a fight. Nobody, nothing happened. It wasn't no story where the hairstylist and the friends and stuff like that attacked that girl. But it was similar to that. I saw the signs, and I just kept hanging around this person, and I started to be myself on this trip. And she saw me fully. I think she started feeling some type of way because she didn't know that I was this person. And then during the argument, what stuck out to me, she had said something to me. She said, you don't really know what you want. Okay? For those who've been told that before, you don't know what you want. Really look within inside yourself and ask yourself, do I know myself? Do I really know who I am? Because when she had told me that, I had questioned myself. And I noticed, people who've been in my life for years upon years, family members and ex-friends and stuff, and people like that, they probably think the same thing. Like, I was always from here to there, to there, to there, to there, to there. Just because you venture out and you do so many things, you want to try so many things, or you're going from here to there, and people are basically looking at you as being ridiculous because you can't settle on one thing. Maybe you're not meant to settle on one thing. Maybe you have so much creation within you, so much talent, so many gifts within you, that those gifts needs to be categorized in something, in majority of things. To come in and out of religion a lot, right? The dogma and all that stuff. I once was really religious, and then I started being very, very spiritual. I taught of my senior class about the damn chakras, because I didn't know why I gravitated towards the esoteric and the spiritual things and things like that. I never knew that. I got my first crystal when I was 13, 14 years old, and I was gravitating. I'm like, wow, this is so wonderful. And I didn't know why I was so in love with this clear quartz crystal. And then I lost it. I think I was so sad. I was looking for that crystal every damn where. But anyway, tangent. My true self was bleeding through. And the fact that she told me I don't know who I was. No, my girl, you don't know who you are. Because on that trip, I saw the insecurity. I saw everything that she felt like she could not be. And she got mad at me. It was a projection on what she felt like she could not be. I was having a good ass time. And she could not believe I was being my true self. I had to sit back and think, no, Inspired Soul, you are who you are. You are embracing yourself. And now you sit here today being this individual that was trying to come out the whole entire time. It was time to embrace. It is time now, and I'm saying this to you now. Don't let nobody tell you what you don't deserve, and who they think you are, and you don't know what you want because you go from here to there to there. You're figuring it out. For the people who stay stagnant, stay stuck, and make up excuses, and they got talents and gifts and all this stuff like that, and they feel drained every day and low vibrational, and they don't feel enlightened. They don't feel like they connected to God. They don't feel like they connected to source. They don't feel like they getting blessings. They looking at their friends pass them by and becoming successful. The reason why they're becoming successful, because you allowing yourself to discover who you are. You allowing yourself, it's the free will. You allowing yourself to venture out so you can find yourself. The journey is always going to bring you back to yourself, who you truly are. And for the people who are afraid of stepping out on the limb, stepping out on their creations, stepping out on their blessings, stepping out on their talents, they get mad at the next person because they stepping out on who they are. So if somebody tell you, you don't know what you want, you don't know what you really, sit down and ask yourself, do I actually know what I want? Really think. You may be a person that goes from this relationship to this relationship to this relationship. This relationship has, however many relationships in your past. And then you have, but they may have been the same in some aspect. Because you would never continue to get with certain karmics or certain, keep rehashing the same cycles with people. Right? And sometimes, you got to work on yourself so you won't keep attracting the same people, or so you won't keep getting in with the same people. Okay, that's number one. Number two, what you do is it all goes back to studying yourself. Because when you study yourself and you know who you are and you don't stay stagnant on knowing who you are, you get to the designation. You get to the lover that you want and desire. You like, okay, I know that I'm a very caring person, but my body and my soul do not match with a person who's uncaring or emotionally unavailable. Ooh, bless me. The thing is, you seek the opposite. But your soul, your higher self is trying to tell you, you seek the opposite, my girl. You seek the opposite, my boy. The opposite of what you've been given on a platter. Come on now. Come on now. And I'm sorry, I'm getting into preacher mode, but I had to come on here and talk about that because you know who you are. Just listen to yourself. And it took me listening to myself to know who I am. It took me to sit down with myself and have a meeting. Who are you? And I got the answers. I constantly get the answers every day. It plays out in my reality. It plays out subconsciously. I am who I am subconsciously, and it plays out in my conscious world, even if I'm not aware of it. For example, I never wanted to be this woman who worked and lived in a house with a man relationship, and I went half on stuff, or I paid the bill or whatever like that, or whatever. I just felt like something was still missing. I felt miserable. And the dogma and what I looked at in my life, how I looked at certain women and how I had to come to my senses, that was not me. And I had to realize that. The fact that the person has said, you don't know who you are, baby, I know who I am because I'm not afraid of being who I am. You're mad because I'm being who I am. And that's who you are. Be who you are. That's all I have to say, y'all. That's all I have to say. All right.